Hey vinyl fans, welcome to another episode of Let's Clean a Record. You know, we often get asked, what is the best ultrasonic record cleaner out there? That answer depends, frankly. We are huge fans of the Degritter Mark II. If you could only have one and you're just a normal record collector, that may be the one to go for. If you clean a ton of records, we are fans of the KL Audio. It is built like a tank. It'll never ever overheat, does a great job. However, if you're one of these guys that likes to collect old records and wants to get them absolutely perfectly clean, we continue to maintain that the Kirmuss restoration process is the best that's out there. We recently heard from Charles Kirmuss, and he shared a video with me. I wanted to share it with you in turn. There's a link below. There's a fella who is digitizing his music, his vinyl. I have no interest in doing that, but what he did after digitizing the vinyl was to put it through some fancy software where you can actually see on the screen how a normal ultrasonic process works compared to the Kirmuss process. And it sort of definitely revealed what we have heard many times before. So we thought we'd break out the Kirmuss again and give you a step-by-step overview of how to clean this record, 1972 Garden Party. It's a good record, good song. Let's get to it. Let's clean this record. Step one, prepare the machine. First thing you want to do is unplug it and take off the top. And then make darn sure that the valve is in the closed position. Otherwise you're going to have water spilling out all over. Get yourself some distilled water and fill it just below the max fill line. 40 milliliters of 70% isopropyl alcohol. Plug the machine back in. Turn it on and go through 2 degassing cycles. Step 2, you're going to prepare your working surface here. Here's what you're going to need. Start off with the carbon fiber brush. Kirmuss is a good brand, but any traditional carbon fiber brush will do. You're going to need the goat hair brush. You're going to need your record holder with the pad on top, and you're going to need a microfiber cloth. The little bunny cloth certainly does the trick. Lastly, and most importantly, is the ionizing spray. This is the key to the Kirmuss process. This will allow the static charge on the vinyl to be opposite of that which is in the tank. That's what allows the cavitation process to happen so deeply and so effectively. However, for the first time through, we're just going to do a surface clean, no ionizing spray. You want to start with the carbon fiber brush and get off the large chunks. And we do have some dirt on this one. Did you show him the dirt in the groove beforehand?
Yes, I did.
Excellent. Now, when I'm dealing with, say, records from the 1950s that are really, really dirty, I might go for longer cycles, like say 5 minutes to start. Though this vinyl is pretty dirty. It's not really ancient, and I don't smell anything like smoke or any other organic material on there, so we're going to go with an initial 3-minute cycle. And again, no ionizing spray. Set your time. In she goes. Okay, step 3 is to apply the ionizing spray and then to go through several cycles doing that. And I'll show you how that is done in a second. But before you just apply that ionizing spray, you want to do a couple of things. First, take out the record and give it a shake. You can shake it right over the top of the plastic. You want to remove any excess water. And then take a close look. I don't know if you can catch this in the camera, but if you see pooled water or hundreds and hundreds of dots of water, then there may be a coating on this record that we were not aware of. It could be residual from a previous cleaning process. It might be last treatment. If you see that, then you're probably going to want to go with 5-minute cycles and the deionizing spray. Here, that's exactly what you would expect to see from an older record, but not one that has any particular film left on it. So before we apply the ionizing spray, get your microfiber cloth and just dab off the bits of water where you see them. We're doing this because we don't want to further dilute the ionizing spray. Do that on both sides. You can set this down on a microfiber cloth if you want to, but it's perfectly fine just to hold it in your hand. Set it on your little table. Actually, I like to spray it up here. 3 sprays. 1, 2, 3. And set it down. Kind of choke up on your goat hair brush like that. Let's get this out of the way. And a little circular motion as you move the record round. You're going to see a little grayish white material come up. That is normal. As we clean several cycles, that will become less and less apparent. Once you make a full circle, I like to just do one last roundabout. Make sure we've covered everything. Set her down. Side 2. Okay, now we're going to go with the first of what will probably be 3, more likely 4 2-minute cycles. Round number 2. Round number 3. Okay, so that's 3 cycles. We'll now take a look and see if we want to do a 4th or maybe even 5th of the cycle of the short cycles, the 2-minute cycles. And what you want to look for is how is the water reacting on the vinyl? Do we see more of the droplets or fewer? Are they larger in size or smaller in size? Is there more sheeting or less sheeting? In all cases here, we're definitely going the right direction. We have fewer water droplets than we had to begin with. There's less sheeting involved, and the droplets themselves are smaller. So I know we're going the right direction. But based on what I'm seeing, I would like to do one more 2-minute cycle. So let's do that. Obviously, as you're dabbing off the excess water with your microfiber cloth, use a clean portion of the cloth. You don't want to be transferring any residual from one cycle to the next. So that was the end of our fourth 2-minute cycle. I don't think we need another one of those. So we will do one final cleaning cycle, 5 minutes, no ionizing spray applied. Okay, that's the end of our second step. The third and final step involves polishing the groove and also applying one last bit of the ionizing spray, sort of as an anti-static approach. So we'll remove, give the jiggle. Yeah, that's exactly what I would like to see. It's surprising how dry it comes out after that final cycle. That's isopropyl alcohol helping in that process. Oh. Ricky Nelson has never looked so squeaky clean. Okay, now for step 3, let's put this down on the table. You need a couple of things. One, I like to have a second goat hair brush for that final application that stays very, very clean. And we're going to need the other side of the Kirmuss carbon fiber brush. The snap is very, very tiny and gets real deep into the groove for that final polishing process. To make sure that we're transferring no dirt, I like to have a clean toothbrush and just give that a little wipe. The polishing process, back and forth motion. Just move the record around. This process is more important than you might think. It really does make a difference. You don't have to press down too hard, and you don't want to bend the record, of course, but a light touch is all you need. You'll feel it grabbing inside the groove. Let's give it another clean before we flip it over. Now, the last application of the ionizing spray is to be applied very lightly. You saw before we would spray it directly on the vinyl. Not so here. This is almost like your mom when she applied perfume. Spray it in the air and let it just fall gently onto the second goat hair brush. Just like that. Very little. Maybe one more. Now, a very, very light application. A beautifully clean record, ready for insertion into a high quality inner sleeve. I think we have a MoFi sleeve here. We like those. The ones from Acoustic Sounds and the inners from Kirmuss are of excellent quality. So there you go. We'll also give you a shot with the electronic microscope of what's in the groove, and I bet we don't find anything, but let's give that a shot. Okay. So as you can see, the Kirmuss restoration process did a great job of getting everything out of that groove. Our eyes did not deceive us after listening to the record. No pops or clicks, dead silent, just the way that we like it. I do encourage you to check out that link below of the fellow who took a bit more scientific approach and shows on a screen the differences between just a straight ahead ultrasonic clean and what the Kirmuss process can do. If you're willing to take a little bit more time, it's an extraordinary result, really the best there is out there. But whether that's right for you, that's for you to determine. All right, guys, we'll see you at the next record.